I almost forgot. Realized it's like, oh, this is gonna be the last lesson before Halloween. I better go get go steal my kid's Halloween costume. And there's candy in there, but I'm being a good parent by not eating their candy before Halloween. I'll wait till afterwards. Hope you all are doing well. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Jay Brown, Marianne, Linda, Brian, Rosa Rowe, other folks here just warming up. Jump in the chat. We'll be starting momentarily, but your involvement brings so much. Hey, Kevin, so glad you could join us today. I think recognizing just about all the regulars here, just a reminder, if you need any tech support, reach out using the support widget or reply to any of the emails that I send to you. Let's get going, shall we? Let me click that record button, and we can call Graham on up to the stage. Hey, Sue. Thank you for joining us for today's lesson. I'm imagining everyone dressed up in costumes. Okay, here we go. The recording is active. Welcome back to the class. Thank you for joining us for this week's lesson with our esteemed teacher, Mr. Graham Tufnell. Oh, where is Graham? I'll bet you here he is. Graham must have refreshed. All right, let's see if the technology gods are smiling on us. There he is. Hey, Graham. You know, I don't know. It's sort of a fancy pilgrim witch. It's new. I haven't. They left the tag on, so I don't know if anyone's sold on it yet.
Does anybody else know what's going on? Or
it's almost Halloween, Graham.
Oh, okay. Okay, I need to. Oh, I feel underdressed.
Or just turn off the lights and you could be a void. You're just floating head in the.
Yeah, I need to give a dark background again. Oh, hang on.
Oh, flashlight under the face. That's a classic. Thank you, Jay Brown. I'm glad someone appreciates it.
I can at least wear my Sky Bridge Club t-shirt. There you go.
Verona, I hope someday I might be a wizard at Bridge. I mean, I guess that's a costume. It's a nice shirt. All right. Graham, let's get to it, shall we? I'll turn it over to you, but if I could be of any help, just sing out my name.
Sure. Okay, hey everybody. Thought I'd tell a little story, true story, before we started, which sort of relates to bridge. So when I was a kid, I played table tennis a lot, and I loved it, and played all the time in Nelson, New Zealand. And in Nelson, I was doing okay, but there was one guy, and he always used to beat me. And it didn't matter what happened, I just couldn't beat this guy. But the strange thing was, when we were practicing, I was better than him. In fact, I was better than him. I could play better table tennis than this other guy. I know I could. But he always used to beat me. And what would happen is that we would play, in those days, table tennis went up to 21. You played 3 or 5 sets or whatever, and it was up to 21. These days it's 10 or 11 or something. But in those days it would go like this. Because I was the better player, I'd be ahead for most of the game, and I'd get to 15 or 17 points and he'd be on 12. I'd have it within my grasp, but then I would lose. And it kept happening and happening again and again. And eventually I realized that actually there's something about me, that's something causing me to throw it all away when I get in the winning position. Now, there's a sort of happy ending to the story because, well, one day, I can't remember if it was the under 18 boys singles final or the under 21 or whatever it was, one of those things. And it was 5 sets and we were 2 sets all, and I was up 15-10 in the last set. So finally I was going to beat Shane in this event. And I was at 15-10 in the last set. And I thought, oh, got it. Finally. And next thing I know, I was losing 20-15. And I was so mad. It wasn't just that game. It was those years of knowing that there's something screwing in my head. And I was just mad. And I was so mad that I just started smacking the ball around because I was angry, frustrated. Bam, bam, bam. And I don't know if you've seen table tennis played on the YouTube or when it's really good. Maybe some of you guys have played. But all of a sudden, I started playing just really brilliantly. I was back on the table, doing all these amazing shots because I was so mad. And somehow I got the state of the game out of my head, and I was just playing great table tennis. So then from being 20-15 down, I got up to 21-20, and I only needed one more point. And then I thought, oh my God, look at this. I've got it back again. I'm winning 21-20. I'm going to actually win this. Well, you know what happened, don't you? Next thing I know, I'm 22-21 down because I started thinking about it again. Luckily, now I was super mad. I was steaming mad. And once again, I got it out of my head and bam, 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 just whacked the ball around and I ended up winning. About the only time I ever beat this other kid. Now, that was, when we think of defining moments in our lives, that was definitely one for me because it showed me how much what goes on in our heads affects what happens with whatever we do. Doesn't matter if it's table tennis or bridge. Now, I'm sure the same thing is going on with bridge and all the technical things we talk about, all the strategies and all the rest of it. If we're in the right frame of mind, we play better, and if we're not, we don't play so well. Maybe you guys, I'm sure you guys will have experienced it. You know the same thing I'm talking about, and I know I'm not alone here. If I felt I was the only one, I'd probably be too shy or whatever to tell the story. But I know I'm not the only one because it can be hard, and you think you're playing okay, and then you sit down against the local club champions or whatever it might be, and somehow it's not only them we're playing against, we end up playing against ourselves as well. So somehow we've got to learn to play as well as we can, not so much we don't have to be even better in a sense. If you think this is how good we are when we're playing our best, and this is how good we are when we're playing our worst. There's a big gap. And what we normally do as bridge players is we say, well, this is my best. I want to play better. I want to get better. But as hard as we try, it's really hard to get that level any higher. And probably we're all pretty good anyway. That's the reality. So it's really hard to improve our skills, but it seems like there's a huge potential to get from when we're playing bad to when we're playing as good as we can. And there's only a little potential to get technically better. Most of the gains, if you like, are coming simply from playing as well as we can. So if I may, I'm just going to carry on waffling here for a second. I'd like to share another thing about bridge. So in New Zealand, we have what they call inter-provincial championships, and every year there's 6 provinces, and every year teams have trials to play for their province, and then once a year all the provinces get together and play off against each other. Now, I've played on the Canterbury side for quite a few times over the years, and that has also been an interesting story for me, and I hope for you. I hope I'm not boring you too much. The first time I played on the Canterbury team, I was playing with a very good team. They were all good, and it was pretty exciting for me to be in the Canterbury team. It was pretty strong, maybe apart from me, but it was a very strong team. So we went off to Rotorua in those days, and we played the interprovincial thing, and there I'm representing Canterbury, and our Canterbury team came last. Dead last. Terrible. So second year after that, we played again, and we'd rearranged the team a little bit more, and I was playing with a guy that was a bit more compatible with me, but it was exactly the same team members. We played again, and we were so much better. We were second to last. Something was goofy with that team. All right, so after that, I actually changed the team, play with some other guys, and we weren't actually that good. We weren't as technically as good as that first team, which I went into. But we tried really hard, and we practiced, and we really wanted to win, and we thought, if we can get to the final, it'd be really great to get to the final. So the final was the 6 provinces played, and then 2 left to play in the final. So we tried really hard because we wanted to get into the final. And yes, Canterbury got to the final, and we played against Auckland. First time we actually got to the final, got to play against Auckland, and Auckland killed us. We got annihilated. And so next year we thought, all right, here we go again. And we said, right, we're going to get to the final again. We've got to get to the final. So we worked hard and we practiced, and we got to the final, and we played Auckland again, and we lost badly in the final. And the third year, we tried really hard, and we got to the final because that's what we wanted to do, and we lost the final. Can anybody see what's going on here? Because I think I can. Why was it? What was going on that we worked so hard, practiced to get to the final, and we got to the final and we lost every single one? So you're all typing. I think you're all got this. Yeah, a mental block, a mindset, but we were also thinking we were aiming to get to the final, and that's what we did. So we weren't actually thinking about winning. We just wanted to get to the final. So of course, when we got to the final, we were stuffed. So what can we do? What is it how can we play well when, if you take my ping pong story, which I'm sure you're all familiar with, when we really try too hard, that doesn't work, or it doesn't for me. When we try hard and aim for, it's really hard to get the right mindset, isn't it? It's really hard. All those things, Jay Brown saying lack of concentration, thinking too much, not pacing yourself, so many things. Okay, so luckily, I'm happy to finish this little blurb with a happy story as well. The third couple of times I played in the interprovincial thing, played with some guys, and we were not technically we really weren't that good at all. Oh, there were some good members of the team for sure, but we went with no great expectations. But we all liked each other, and we played, enjoyed the game, and without really thinking too much about what was going to happen, we ended up winning the whole event, which was really awesome. But I don't think when we actually won, I think I used to be better. I think I was a better bridge player in a sense, technically, before than when we actually won. Yeah. So Gary's saying, dial it down. It's a game of cards. Enjoy it. You're so right, Gary. And yet, what do you guys think about this? I get it, because Gary is totally right. Dial it down. It's a game of cards and enjoy it. But I also, actually, I want to win as well. It's hard to get the balance, isn't it? So, to be honest, I don't have any great the fun of winning, Jay Brown. I wish I had some sort of overall solution to it all. I most certainly don't. The only thing I can say is that if you ever get to, if you're ever playing bridge against a pair that you don't like, or finding it, you get tense against some pair and you're just not playing well, and you think, oh, I think I'm broken, or sports people always talk about choking and all that sort of stuff. All I can say is that you're not alone, and that we all experience the same thing. And if we become aware of it and realize that it's okay, we become the normal ones. Maybe that was the thing that makes me feel okay about it all, is that tell me I'm wrong about this. Tell me that we don't all have that feeling. We don't sometimes get tense. Yes, it's a game of cards, but we also want to win as well. We've all got that, right? So that doesn't make us abnormal. That's what makes us normal. That's just what it is to be a bridge player. So let's read through it. Okay, that's it. I just wanted to get that off my chest. And the second time, let me say that the year after we won, we played another year, and we actually came first equal the second year. And the reason I'm telling you that is because, we've been doing these sharing other people's, I've been talking through other people's bridge sessions to learn from them and see what maybe mistakes they made and see how they could have done better. I was actually looking on BBO today, and I found the 2005, and let me just share the screen here. Share screen. I found the 2005 interprovincial final between Wellington and Canterbury, and there's little old me sitting there south with my dear friend Mehboob, playing against Alan Grant and Anthony Kerr from Wellington. So let's take a look. And you guys, if you don't mind, can check out my scores and my results. Now I'm feeling nervous. Tell me what I could have done better and help me with my game. So, ready? Don't be shy. I want you to hold nothing back. This was 2005, so getting close to 20 years ago. Let's take a look. Now, I'm just going to actually skip the first couple of boards because Alan and Anthony are playing quite a complicated precision system, and we're just not going to understand it. So the first couple of boards, they just sped their way to some slam and there wasn't really much to it. So I'm just going to ignore those two. Oh, hey, they spelt my name wrong. Huh. That's bad. Now, before actually, I'm just going to, I don't want to, I'm just going to read out some of these other comments because I think these are important. So, you know, Gary is saying it's a game of cards and enjoy it. That's so important, Gary. So important to, even if we are winning, to find a way to enjoy it. I agree. Jay Brown, the fun of winning. Yep. I mean, we play, we want to do our best to win. That's as well. Sleepy Sean is saying it can be a matter of face sometimes too. It can, can't it? We feel like we want to show ourselves well. We don't want to seem like we're bozos or anything. So there is a matter of face. There's a competitive streak in all of us, Marianne. Emotions come out you never thought you had, Jay Brown. Sleepy Sean is saying right now one of my partners is very critical and I get tense right away. Yeah, I know it. So let me tell you something then about this guy Chiba up in the north seat here. So he's my partner. Okay, so Mehboob Chiba. Keep in mind, this was about the, I don't know, maybe the sixth or seventh time I'd played in the Canterbury team. And every single time I've done poorly, except the 2 times I played with this guy, Mehboob Chiba. Now, Mehboob, he's a good player, but he never, ever criticizes. Not one single time in all the times we've played has he ever criticized anything I've done. I think he still thinks it, but he never shows it. One time I think I saw his eyebrow slightly go up a little bit and then it immediately came down. And then, I wonder if I did something wrong. That's the only time. Now, how come? Even though I've been playing with better players and better teammates, when I had a nice player, we won twice. There's something in it, Sleepy Shauna. If your partner is critical, then somehow you've got to deal with that. Any suggestions for critical partners, type them in for sure. Let's share. Let's deal with this. I know I've had a couple of critical partners and I've dealt with it by not playing with them anymore. You can try talking. Yeah, Verona, find another partner. It's not worth it. Maybe talk to your partner. Maybe some people just aren't compatible. Maybe it just doesn't work. But it really doesn't help if you want to be playing against 2 opponents. You don't want to be playing against 3 opponents. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look here. 1 spade from west, 3 diamonds from north. What's that 3 diamonds all about? Double from east. Let's look at the first 3 bids here. Yeah, the Sleepy Sean is saying she smiles and says thank you and then grind the teeth. You know, Sleepy Shauna, that the grinding of the teeth, it's no good. So again, I don't have the solution, but it's not, I don't think it's the solution. Help out. Like I said, let's keep talking, everybody. Okay, 1 spade, 3 diamonds, long and weak diamonds. Some people play 1 spade, 3 diamonds as a stronger hand, but let's look at the vulnerability here. East, west are vulnerable, north, south are not. So this is the perfect time to be aggressive. And so our 3 diamond bids here should be weak. What do you think is a 3 diamond bid? Is that, what about 4 diamonds? Do you think 3 diamonds is enough, or would you bid 4 diamonds? Jay Brown's okay with 3? What does everyone else think? For me, I don't want to, you know, maybe we chose 3, which is fine. I'd be tempted to bid 4 diamonds with 7 of them. That would still be a preempt. 4 diamonds is not quite so good in some ways because it goes past 3 no trumps. So if it happens that we can make 3 no trumps, we're never going to get there if partner bids 4 diamonds. So, yep, I can, either way is fine. Anyway, 3 diamonds from east, double from 3 diamonds from north, double from east. What's that double mean? What's double there? 1 spade, 3 diamonds, double. What's that all about? I know you can actually see the east hand. It's hearts. It's a takeout double. It's a negative double. Why doesn't east simply bid 3 hearts? Or some number of spades for that matter. It's keeping the bidding going. Yep. Double keeps the bidding going. 3 hearts also keeps the bidding going, but 3 hearts would be a new suit at the 3 level. And so that would be a stronger hand. Double doesn't need to have so many points. Now, interesting why Anthony chose to bid 3, chose to double here, because east and west do have a spade fit. 1 spade from west there showed a 5-card suit. So that's an interesting choice why Anthony would choose to double rather than just bid the spades. I can't explain. And south here, Tufnell, missing the F, bids 5 diamonds. What do we think of the 5 diamond bid? Okay, so the most important thing is here is we've got a big diamond fit. I know North's got at least 6, maybe 7 diamonds. We've got 4, so we've got a big diamond fit. It's nothing to do with points here, but this is likely to be a good sacrifice. And West bid 5 spades, which actually you can see is going down. Notice the other table was 4 spades, but Alan bid 5 spades there, which is just too high. Actually, I want to show you. Why would Alan choose to bid 5 spades, which was also always going to be difficult? Oh, no, I didn't. What do you think of Alan's 5 spade bid? He's got 7 great spades, doesn't he? And also, East and West are vulnerable, so East and West want to be bidding their vulnerable games. Unfortunately, fortunately for us and not fortunately for Alan, it just has no chance. You can see they're going to lose a diamond and they're going to lose 2 or 3 clubs. And Kevin's saying 5 belongs to the opponents. Okay, a couple of good comments here. Sleepy Sean is saying, why are they going 5? Well, remember, I've bid 5 diamonds here in the south seat, Shauna. So West has to decide if he doubles 5 diamonds, which is close to making, actually. We may even make 5 diamonds. That we probably would have made 5 diamonds. If we're in 5 diamonds, West, even if it goes down, West is thinking, I'd rather make my vulnerable game for 650 rather than double them and at the 5 level and only get 100 points or something. So East and West are really tempted to keep going there. Now, Kevin's made a really good comment. I'm just going to copy Kevin's comment and type it in. That way I can pretend it was mine. Thanks, Kevin. So I've made a really good comment now. 5 belongs to the opponents. This is high-level bidding. Thanks, Kevin. This is actually Kevin's comment. High-level bidding is always hard, but there's a good rule of thumb when you're not sure. And I'm actually going to expand on it. And it's something we always used to say, 3 and 5 belongs to the opponents. The 3 level for the opponents. The 2 levels for us. The 3 levels for the opponents. The 4 level is for us. The 5 level is for the opponents. And it's a good rule of thumb. When you're not sure what to do, if you've got the opponents to the 5 level, so often let them have it. So we'll share this one. And remember, the 3 and 5 level are for the opponents. The 2 and 4 level are for us. That's a good one to remember. Okay, anyway, 5 spades, pass, pass, pass. That had no chance. It goes down. This is just, again, I'm really enjoying going over these view graph hands because we can see it's all the things we just talk about normally. It's all the same sort of stuff. Right. Second hand. Now, 10, we must have been playing Ecole. So I've opened 1 no trump in the south seat. West has overcalled 2 diamonds, which is a long time ago. I can't actually remember, but it looks like that showed both majors. Strongly suspect that 2 diamond bid showed spades and hearts. What do you think of the 2 diamond bid? Pretty aggressive, isn't it? Sleepy Sean is saying it's frightening. It's pretty aggressive. And remember, the 2 diamond bid was an artificial bid showing both majors, I assume. So 2 diamonds just said, I've got both majors, you pick a major, which is why Anthony chose to bid 2 spades. Okay, so it doesn't say anything at all about diamonds. It's just saying, I've got the majors, pick one. So it's very aggressive. And look at that vulnerability. Both sides vulnerable. This is about the worst time to be competing, both vulnerable. But, you know, do remember that defending 1 no trump is always going to be hard work. So I guess Alan's got a bit of shape there. He's got a singleton diamond. He's got 5-4 in the majors. And he doesn't want to defend 1 no trump. And that's something we talk about. Vulnerabilities, dodgy, but, you know, it worked. Look at that. They found their spade fit. So they're in 2 spades. Notice that the other table were in 3 spades down 1, and Anthony and Alan are in 2 spades. I can't remember what the result was, but that's good bidding for them. This is amazing. We've often seen very aggressive bidding when we've been looking at these hands. Not so much vulnerable, but nobody likes playing 1-no trump, but nobody likes defending 1-no trump either. Okay, let's have a look at the next hand. All right. So North opens 1 spade. Let's have a look at the North-South auction here. What do we think about that? 1 spade, 2 diamonds from South. Two spades from North. Now, why did North bid 2 spades and not 3 clubs? Let's look at that first. So North's opened a spade, which seems fine. South's bid 2 diamonds, which seems fine. And North has bid 2 spades. Why would North bid 2 spades? Why would North repeat the spades rather than bidding 3 clubs? And yep, Linda is quite right. 3 clubs would show a stronger hand. So North isn't strong enough to bid a new suit at the 3 level. In the system we're playing, my 2 diamonds only shows 10 high card points. And in fact, after 1 spade, 2 diamonds, North really does not like his hand at all. It's beginning to look like a bit of a misfit. So North certainly doesn't want to go 3 clubs. Now, South, what on earth was that 3 club bid there? 1 spade, 2 diamonds, 2 spades, 3 clubs. What's that all about? Why would South, that was me, why would I bid 3 clubs? Why wouldn't I just bid 2 no trumps or 3 no trumps? I'm certainly keeping the bidding going. It's some sort of force, Linda. It's not the 4th suit, but it's something. But why would I not just bid no trumps here? 2 no trumps or 3 no trumps? All right, I got 12 points in a 5 card suit. So why wouldn't I bid 3 no trumps? Any takers? I'm looking for a place to play. What's wrong with 3 no trumps? I got a balanced hand. I got a stoppers in every suit. 3 no trumps is, yeah, 3 no trumps would be finish. Anything wrong with 3 no trumps? Can anybody see anything wrong with 3 no trumps? Let me just, I'm just going to get a, where's a whiteboard? There we go. Oops, let's just back. Can I get a bit smaller? Let's just say that we don't know, but I'm going to change Mehboo's hand just a little bit and say he's got something like that. I'll give him that. Now, your system might be a bit different, but I can tell you our auction would have been like this. Now, if I bid, say, 3 no trumps here, can anybody see a problem? Okay, so what I thought was the problem is that Mebu will be, if I bid 3 no trumps, I will be the declarer. Can anybody see a problem with me being the declarer? How do I get that? Where's my, can't quite see how I get rid of the, can't get rid of the thing there. Oh, maybe I'll do that. Oh, there we go, yeah. What's wrong with me being the declarer? Okay, put it another way. Imagine you can see these cards. Who do you want to be the declarer? What's the lead going to be? Do you want, okay, so we bid spades, so nobody's going to lead a spade. And we bid diamonds, so nobody's going to lead a diamond. So whoever's on lead, it's either going to be West on lead. Do you want West on lead, leading that way? Or do you want East on lead, leading that way? Right. We want East on lead because we want to protect those queens. If West is on lead, those queens are in danger. But if East is on lead, we kind of get a free finesse. The lead comes around to East. Okay, so you can all see that now. Good. Or right, we want East on lead because we want the lead going round to the queens. We don't want West on lead because the lead will come through the queens. If East is on lead, we've got a guaranteed 2 tricks if they lead a heart or a club. Now, we don't know that West has got the queens. Maybe West has got the kings. But in that case, it makes no difference. It doesn't matter who's declarer. So back to our hand. The reason I chose, for better or worse, to bid 3 clubs here was that I did not want to be the declarer because I wanted in no trumps as declarer. We don't want to be the declarer with the aces. We want to be the dummy with the aces, so the leads are going round toward the queens. Anyway, as it happened, Mebu had actually club support and chose to bid 4 clubs. Now he can support my club suit because he thinks I've got clubs. And I didn't actually want to play in clubs, so we ended up playing in 4 spades. And that became the final contract. A little complicated, maybe. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that bidding? Be honest. It can be, actually, that's quite cool, or it can be, nah, too complicated. Just, that's okay. I think we were talking about this concept maybe a couple of months ago, weren't we? Seem to remember it, having a discussion about it. Aces, it's not that we don't want to play no trumps with aces. It's just that we want to be the dummy with aces. We want to get our partner to be the declarer with the queens. Anyway, 4 spades, and that was no good because king of spades is offside. 3 no trumps would have been pretty hopeless. Linda's okay. Okay, one more time, just really quickly, just quick. How do I get rid of that? How do I delete the whole thing? Can I delete the whole thing there, Bijou? There we go. So it's not that the ace is bad. This is just one more time. But let's say I've got ace 3, 2, and dummy's got queen 4. It's not that it's bad to be declarer with the aces. It's bad to be dummy with the queens, because that lead is straight through. They're leading through the queen there, and East can wait to see what North plays and then pounce on it. Ba-bumpa, bang. But if East is on lead, then the lead, North gets the last, North is the last person to make a decision. So we really want this person to be the declarer. Now, again, it's not that aces are bad, it's just that queens are good to be the declarer. So again, back to the actual hand. I don't know what Mehboo's got with the south hand. All I know is that if Mehboob has queens, then I want him to be the declarer. If he doesn't have queens, then and it doesn't matter. So there you go. That was Linda's question. How do you know that partner has queen? I don't know. We don't know. But just in case, I want to give him the chance to bid no trumps if he has got queens. If he doesn't, well, too bad. But I want to give him the chance. Does that make sense? So I don't want to be leaping into bidding no trumps with those aces. I want to hopefully be the dummy. If I can't be the dummy, too bad. All right, so North bids 4 clubs, we bid 4 spades. Not a bad contract, but you can see it turns out to be pretty bad, because the king of spades is offside. So the spade finesse loses. Look at those diamonds. King, ace, queen sitting over the king, jack. It's just no good. So we ended up in 4 spades, down 1. But notice that's the same result as it was at the other table. Just if you look down the bottom left there, you'll see that the Wellington pair who had these cards were also in 4 spades going 1 down. Same result. So that's interesting, isn't it? Both north-south pairs, the Wellington and the Canterbury pairs, we both played in 4 spades. Interesting. Okay, let's check this one out. So South opens 1 diamond and 2 no trumps from West. What's that 2 no trumps bid mean? Now, we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It's the unusual 2 no trumps. So that 2 no trumps, they're saying I've got 2 5-card suits. Yep, it's the unusual 2 no trumps. Sleepy Shauna, Linda, perfect. Brian, Kevin, yep. 2 5-card suits, and it's the 2 lowest in this case. It's the 2 lowest ranking 5-card suits that haven't been bid. So I bid diamonds. So West is showing clubs and hearts. And we've seen Alan there in the West seat being fairly aggressive already in this match. What do you think of the 2 no trump bid? 2 5-card suits, and they're good suits. Okay, so certainly there's not a right or wrong here. And I just want to look at both sides of it. We've seen Alan's aggression on that when he overcalled a no trump work well. It didn't work well this time, but that doesn't mean that aggression in the part scores doesn't pay off. I'm a little bit nervous about it because I just don't like that vulnerability. Look at East and West are vulnerable. So that 2 no trump bid means that East and West are going to have to be playing something at the 3 level. Sleepy Shauna is asking about the overcall of no trump. I'm not sure, to be honest, Sleepy Shauna. I'm not sure what they were playing. So 2 no trumps commits East and West to the 3 level. Now, I know it's very informative, descriptive bid, but I'm not quite sure I want to be playing at the 3 level on this hand, vulnerable versus not. And one alternative would be simply to bid 1 heart and keep that club suit up our sleeve. So I'm not sure. I know maybe, I guess a lot of players would. I'm not sure if most would or not. My style on that hand, I would have just bid 1 heart. But they're 2 good 5-card suits, so it's fine as well. Anyway, it didn't pan out so well because maybe we've doubled and Alan did 3 clubs. Poor old Anthony didn't really care what suit he played in. So they 3 clubs, and that was just horrible. East didn't like either suit. Yeah. And this is the problem. When you don't have a fit, when there's no trump fit, you're up at the 3 level and vulnerable. You're pretty awful. And it was pretty awful for East and West. So unlucky for Alan. I mean, Alan's a good player. Alan and Anthony, they're a very good pair. But they just pushed a little bit too hard on this one. All right, let's have a look at the next one. You can see how horrible this was with all those clubs sitting over the clubs. Gosh. Oh, actually, here's a question for you. What would you lead if you were in the north seat? What would you lead against 3 clubs doubled if you were in the north seat? Sleepy Shauna is going for a trump. Why would you lead a trump, Sleepy Shauna? All sorts of different guesses here. 9 of spades from Patricia, 7 of hearts from Linda, ace of spades from Brian, trump from Sleepy Shauna. Sleepy Shauna, why would you lead a trump? Sort of North doesn't really want to lead a heart because that's West suit. Okay, North doesn't want to lead a heart because West has shown a 5-card heart suit. And North doesn't really want to lead a spade with ace queen. By leading a club, maybe Sleepy Shauna's right here that maybe we can declare roughing things, which would be, maybe North should be trying to draw trumps. Anyway, let's see what North led, shall we? Let's have a look. This was 20 years ago, so I can't remember. So let's see what North led. There you go, Sleepy Shauna. Look at that. You can't be that sleepy. Look at that. North led the jack of clubs. Let's just see how this played out for a second. So club. You see, now it's kind of hard for Declarer already, because Declarer is not going to be able to rough those hearts very easily. So let's see what happens. Okay, so you see what's happened here? Declarer is going to try and rough clubs. Oh, Declarer is going to try and rough those, rough those hearts. So heart to the queen, ace. Now, why would I leave the 8 of spades back? Actually, I was pretty good in those days. I like my 8 of spades. Why did I leave the 8 of spades back from King 8 Doubleton? That's a good play, Graham. I like that. What was I doing? Now, I don't know that Mehboo's got a 6-card spade suit there. I'm thinking that Mehboob has maybe got 5 spades or 4 spades or something. So why would I lead the 8? I could have just played the king if I thought North had spades. Can anybody see what I was thinking of doing there? I know what I was thinking of doing here, because Right, I want to get North. I want to give the lead to North so that North can play another trump. Okay, North has done well by leading a club, and Declarer is going to try and rough clubs. So I want to get to the North hand, because I don't have any clubs left. I want to give the lead to North so that North can keep drawing the trumps. Anyway, that didn't work, because West had no spades. But the idea, I like the idea. Anyway, Declarer gets to rough one of the clubs, but at least he didn't get... Oh, no, he doesn't get to rough one of the clubs. Look at that. Maybe roughs the 6 of clubs in front of the dummy. Nice play, Mehboob. And now what will Mehboob do next? 100% certain. Yeah, interesting. He's going to force Declarer to rough. Look at this. Rough, rough, rough. Now he can play. Oh, he's forcing him to rough again. Fair enough. I get it. Forcing him to rough again. Interesting defense. Okay, let's quickly look at one more. This is interesting. One spade double, 4 spades. Wow. So we're playing 5-card majors. What do you think of the 4 spade bit? Holy smoke. 5, 6, 9. Okay. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. So North's opened a spade, which is fine. 11 high card points, but nice 5-card spade suit. I'm not sure. I don't think I like my 4 spade bit. I'm not sure. What do you think? To me, it's got a little bit too many queens in it. Too aggressive. Yeah, I think I was a bit pushy there. I was younger in those days. I'm not convinced that's the right bid, to be honest. I think I got a bit carried away there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Losing trick count is sort of okay, but I've got a little too many queens. That jack of clubs, but losing trick count tends to overvalue queens. Yeah, I think probably that might have been the hand where Mehboob raised his eyebrow. Okay, we better stop, folks. It's we've used up our time. I hope you enjoyed those hands. It was a good trip down memory lane for me. I hope let's always keep talking about this, the fact that bridges, it's a nice challenge for our mind as well as for our sort of bridge playing skills. To be honest, that's one of the reasons I play. I like that it gives us a chance to perform as well as we can at something that is only a card game. We get to practice doing well at something that doesn't matter.
Well put. Graham, I'll leave a preemptive question on the class page. Forcing the opponents to rough is still something I rarely think to do that, because so often I think, oh, I'm looking for the chance to rough.
Right.
So to force them, it just feels counterintuitive. It thinks, and I'd love your help in better understanding when we can recognize the opportunity that
Sure.
when we see we could utilize that ourselves.
Yeah.
Thank you, Graham. Really fun lesson.
Good one. Thanks all. I will. We'll see you all next week. Do I have to wear a hat? Is it Halloween?
It's costumes here on out, Graham.
Okay, awesome. All right, that'll be fun. Everyone, bring a costume.
Bye, y'all. See you next week. Yeah. Same time, same place.
Good night.
Oh, actually, real fast, a reminder for folks in, I don't know if it's all of Europe or just the UK. If you are, I know folks in the UK and perhaps elsewhere in Europe have a time change. So just double check the start time for next week's lesson if you are joining from the UK or perhaps anywhere in Europe. Okay, that's it. Thanks, Graham. Thanks all.